Hi, I'm Adrian, I'm 17 years old, and I'm going to speak about UFO. In 1978, UFO researchers T. Friedman and William Moore compared the results of a series of interviews carried out separately. Friedman interviewed Major G. Marcel, who was involved in the original recovery of the debris in 1947. According to Marcel in his book Crash at Corona, the debris was spread in a large area. It didn't belong to something that had crashed, but to something that had exploded while flying at a great speed. Its opinion as an expert in aviation was that didn't belong to a plane, missile, or weather balloon. He even described the materials found in something as something not known before, above all a kind of tinfoil impossible to burn or burn. Marcel expressed his belief that the military had covered up the recovery of an alien spacecraft. In February 1980, the National Enquirer ran its own interview with Marcel, giving national and worldwide attention for the Roswell accident. Additional witnesses and reports emerged over following years. Even the Apollo 14 astronaut Edgar Mitchell claimed having seen the secret fields with over no doubt that it was an alien spacecraft. Means new details were added as witness intimidation. There were even personal accounts of alien autopsies being carried out at the Roswell base. In response to these reports, the General Accounting Office made an inquiry and urged the Secretary of Air Force to conduct an internal investigation. The results was summarized in two reports. The first, released in 1995, concluded that the material recovered in 1947 was debris from the secret government program called Project Mogul, which involved balloons to detect sound waves generated by Soviet weapons. The second report, released in 1997, concluded the reports that recovered alien bodies were a combination of an innocently transformed memories of military accidents involved injured or killed people, and in other cases, boxes perpetrated by witnesses and UFO proponents. These reports were automatically dismissed by ufologists for being either disinformation or simply implausible. I must point out that there has also been a big lies surrounding the Roswell incident, fake witnesses that have tried to make advantages of the situation for their own benefits. But the most outstanding might be the popular video in the alien autopsy that has been circulating around different TV channels and in different media as internet. It was in 1995 when the British producer Ray Santigi made the video, which later on was subjected to different studies by anthropologists, doctors, special effect engineers, etc. The final conclusions were that it was a fake video making. John Humphreys, an expert on special effects, confessed how the video was performed. Nowadays, the site of the Roswell incident is a civilian airfield. The Roswell International Air Center. There is still much talk of a cover-up by the Army, with implication that the government knew what was going on. The Roswell UFO incident involves the recovery of materials near Roswell, New Mexico, in the USA, on July 8, 1947, and since 1970 has become the subject of speculation, rumor, and questioning. There are controversial views on what actually happened at the United States Military Mountain, that what was actually recovered by debris from an experimental surveillance balloon belonging to the classified program named Mogul, while many ufologists and researchers maintain that a crashed alien craft and bodies were recovered and the military engaged in a cover-up. The Roswell incident became a popular subject of science fiction movies, television series, and books, but there are also reviews and elaborated reports. I think it will be interesting to analyze the two controversial positions. Chronology: on July the 18th, 1977, the Roswell Army Field issues a press release stating that the 519th ninth bomb group had recovered a crashed flying disc from a ranch near Roswell, arousing an intense media interest. Later the same day, the Company General of the 8th Army Force stated that in fact a weather balloon had been recovered by RAF personnel rather than a flying saucer. Subsequently, a press conference was called in which the fact that the debris from the crashed object seems to belong to the weather balloon was confirmed. The case was quickly forgotten and almost completely ignored, even by UFO researchers, for more than 30 years. By the way, hundreds of people had reported a number of strange flashes in the sky, saying that they had never seen anything like that before. The fact that the site, so-called Area 51, was closed off to the public, that a series of government officials left and entered the closed area, along with an order for 4 small coffins that were seen taken from the site, made people suspicious about the government explanation. After my presentation, to finish, I have to say that all the fish about Roswell is about the weather and whether an alien flying saucer crashed there in 1947, whether or not an alien body were recovered from, and whether or not there was a cover-up about it all. But bearing in mind that Roswell wasn't the first UFO sighting, it's true that it's the most widely talked about for over 50 years, which makes me get to the following conclusions. Roswell is still the subject of discussions, accusations, and counter-arguments from several factors. First, because it seems so well documented. Two, because people who actually witnessed the accident have been writing memories, holding conferences, giving interviews, etc. And third, because the suspicious attitude of the USA government. I hope that the only thing that will stop any further speculation and debate is the fact of the incidents being made totally public. Do you agree? I can only say that the truth is over there.